All right, in this video, I'm going to go over how you can revamp your offer so you can take what is a saturated service and a saturated niche and still present your offer in a way that is enticing and will make people want to buy. So the main issue is if you're still selling Facebook ads in 2022, I'm going to take a guess and say that you're struggling to do so. Um, Not because you can't deliver results, not because Facebook ads doesn't work anymore, not because you can't find enough leads to pitch to, just because of the sheer amount of people who reach out to the same people you're reaching out to on a daily basis, pitching Facebook ad management. And it gets to a point where these people, when they see the word Facebook ads or even just Facebook, right, they know it's a pitch. They know it's going to be the same as every single other message, even if it's not. Even if you do have a way of presenting your email or whatever format you use, as soon as the word Facebook is mentioned, the majority of people will just click away, click spam, click delete, not read it. You've lost them at that point. And that isn't to say that you cannot or should not sell to these saturated niches. So, really, the most saturated niche and service combination is Facebook ads for e-commerce. And that's because most of the popular gurus, teachers in this space, that's what their agency is. So there's a lot of people who copy that without understanding what they're actually doing. So here's a few ways to stand out that I will go into. And yeah, kind of as I mentioned here, there's a huge opportunity in these niches for those who stand out, because most people are not willing to stand out. They're not willing to do more than the bare minimum, which is where you get left at the bottom. So here's a few ways to stand out. So one, you can create an amazing offer that doesn't mention Facebook as the mechanism. You can use a complimentary service as an in and then upsell the Facebook ads. You can offer a different service that will achieve the same desired outcome. And I have another document that I've written here. And basically what it's saying there is, I'll explain this more when we get down to it, but people don't care as much about the service as they do about the outcome. So if you can get the same outcome with a different service, like say Facebook ads versus Pinterest ads, right? The actual ad platform in that case doesn't matter. And then number 4 is offering a completed service. So for the first one, creating an amazing offer, and what I've put here is unique mechanism. So one option that you have is to position your offer as a unique mechanism. And even if it's not, even if you can't technically differentiate that much, and the first thing to note is if you have a couple of clients, then there will be some other things that you do differently, and that'll make this part easier. But what I mean by this is taking an aspect of the main service and presenting it as a unique angle, a unique strategy, a unique benefit. So rather than saying something like, we will scale your Facebook ads, you can take an aspect of the service, for example, writing the ad copy, and show how it benefits your potential client. So as an example, you could say something like, we craft compelling copy that pre-sells the visitor before they land on your landing page, which increases the click-through rate as well as the conversion rate and results in more customers to upsell on the back end. And that was just written quite quickly. That's probably a little bit too wordy, but you get the point where you're using an aspect. You would have to write ad copy anyway. I hope you're writing ad copy if you're doing ads. You have to do that part anyway, but you're using it to your advantage. You're presenting it. So when people hear Facebook ads, maybe they don't know ad copy, creatives, scaling strategies, all these things. You can use these aspects as marketing material, as a way to get in. So the next thing that you can do is offer a complimentary service. So as I mentioned at the start, Facebook ads are pitched every single day. But what does every Facebook ad need? It needs creatives and it needs copywriting, not just the back-end media buying. especially in 2022, creatives and copy are what make or break a campaign, not what ad account structure or bidding strategy you use. So knowing this, you can approach a business owner and offer to give them 3 copy and creative variations. You can show off your skill at an aspect of the service. So this kind of ties into the first part, but rather than selling the copywriting service, you're selling the whole thing in the first example. In this, you are just selling the sub aspect. And then later down the line, you go, okay, if you like my copy, if you like my creatives, let us run the whole thing for you. And at that point, they're already a customer, they're already a client because they bought your copy. Or in this case, you could offer it for free as like a sample of your work. And so an idea here is if they're already running ads, you can challenge them to compete their own against yours and see what performs better. And then when yours performs better, they will come to you. They will ask you to do more because, 3 copying creative variations is all well and good, but you need more than that. So once you use this complementary service as a way to get your foot in the door, you can upsell the actual management of the ads. And the bonus is your service will be more valuable too. As I mentioned at the start, most people aren't willing to go the extra mile. Most Facebook ad agencies expect the client to provide the creatives. You can provide this, you're more valuable, and you can also outsource this quite easily. So the next thing is you can offer a different service, and I kind of touched on this before, and I also have another document that I wrote, as I mentioned. Clients don't care what you do. So there's kind of a balance to this, because if you have a unique aspect of your service, then mention it, use it to your advantage. But if it's not unique, if it's the same as everyone else, focus on the outcome. Like, clients don't really care what service is going to bring them the result as long as they receive the result. So if there is a different service that will bring them the same or better, you should offer this in place of sticking with Facebook ads. You can also use this with the last point, where you use this complementary service or this different service as a way in, and then you add Facebook onto your whole package. And then the last point is you can offer a complete solution. You can go the extra mile and be more invested in your client's business. So an example of this could be not just offering Facebook ads to e-commerce, but also TikTok organic, UGC creation, email marketing, but actually find out what they need. Don't just sell them everything. Find out what they need and implement what they need. For example, if they don't have a large email list, it's probably not worth sending out email blasts, but you can set up the automated flows that are set and forget, right? Or not set and forget, but you get the point, that it's just upfront work. And with this model, your fee would mostly be coming from a performance-based, for the most part. And you should probably still have a base just so that the client is invested. But this way, you're properly compensated for the extra work that you're putting in. And you can definitely make a lot of money this way with just a handful of clients by being a true partner and, not just delivering the bare minimum to keep your retainer, right? This way, your incentives are truly aligned with the client, and you will do what it takes to get a higher performance fee, which in turn only benefits the client, right? So hopefully you found this useful. This document will be down in the description of the video, so you can find it there, and I will see you in the next video.